Sup cunts? Hi, I'm Vince, also known as Pleasant Kenobi on the internet. I am the Magic the Gathering content creator equivalent of a discarded condom. I am rubbery, I'm perhaps useless now that you've used me, but you still want to look inside, you still want to have a good little slurp. Get that tasty treat out from deep inside that crevasse, that little tasty morsel within the hole. This is the pre-stream bit, this is the new intro. I mean, actually, if you're watching this in 6 months' time after I recorded it, it's probably not the new intro. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Here comes the sun, little darling. I'm not live right now. This is a pre-recorded intro, but I will be live shortly. Don't you fucking worry. So welcome to the Hot Boy Milky Gamer Zone. I am the Hot Boy Gamer. I am the most milkable man in esports entertainment. I am the premier beard of the format. If you don't believe me, well, I was endorsed by Louis Scott Vargas. What gives him authority over beards? I don't know, but it sounds good on paper. This is twitch.tv/Pleasant Kenobi. This is where the magic happens, or at least the streaming of the magic. I do stream other things too, a little bit of Warhammer there, a little bit of painting here, a little bit of variety content. Sometimes I play League of Legends, just get incredibly stressed out, but mainly it's magic. I'm live this time, 7 PM, well, I say this time, I might play this intro before a non-Monday stream, but I'm live every Monday at 7 PM GMT or BST, as well as impromptu streams announced via my Twitter and my Instagram and my YouTube, so you should follow me on all those platforms too, where I'm called, yep, not very original, Pleasant Kenobi. There are links to my Instagram and my Twitter and my YouTube down in the like About Me section below this stream. YouTube is where the real magic happens in the sense that I put up more content over there. I put up between 3 and 7 videos a week, primarily magic. Again, a bit of variety content. Wednesdays tend to be Warhammer, but the majority is Magic the Gathering. If you are here for pro plays, if you are here to become an MPL level player, well, firstly, I don't even quite know what the MPL is, but secondly, this is not the place for you. I'm gonna make mistakes, I'm gonna get distracted, I'm gonna talk about complete fucking nonsense, and I'm probably gonna get a bit salty. But in spite of the teaspoons, maybe heaped teaspoons of salt, I think that the environment and the community we've cultivated here is a relatively positive one, an inclusive one. That's right, I did say inclusive. If you're the kind of person that hears the word inclusive and you sort of recoil in pain, if you're the sort of person that asks others to keep politics out of their game, well, you can fuck off. This is not what you're going to enjoy. You're not going to like it here. This will be your own personal hell. That's right, I'm a little bit left-leaning and that's going to be really upsetting for some of you. I'm not even remotely sorry. So we're going to sling some spells, we're going to chat shit, we're going to chat about absolute fucking nonsense, but we're going to have a good time whilst doing it. So grab a brew, grab a tinny of sody pop, grab a coffee, grab a pale ale, a fruit cider, a fruit shoot. Just grab a drink, kick up a stool, lay back. You can even have a wank if you want. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not in a hot tub very often though, so it's not quite the same wank bank material as Twitch. I probably shouldn't go into that. If you want to support, you can subscribe by the button that is either above or below my head. I'm not even sure anymore with all the changes to Twitch and the fact that I have the attention span of a dead cat. The best way to support the channel is via Patreon. There are links below to the Patreon. And for $2 a month, you can get involved with the Discord. I'm regularly on there myself. There's a good community going on there. Apart from a couple of people that are cunts. You know who you are. But on the whole, the community is pretty damn good. Beyond that, subscribe to Pleasant Kenobi on YouTube. That's where most of the content goes up. And that's the best way to support me because it helps me get towards getting that silver plaque at 100k. Which will make me feel like I've actually done something with my life for the last 3 years. And that's all of it, really. So just kick back, relax, shoot some b-ball outside of a school. Couple of guys who are up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood.
Salutations, travellers. I'm Neon today. I'm going to turn the ISO on my camera down a little bit because I am blasting myself with so much light. I look a bit yellow. Down we go. There we go. Hello, everybody. It's a little bit Neon today. It's a little bit Neon today. Thank you, Buckclaw, for coming back for 13 months in a row. I said it right. It's not even in a row. I lied. Welcome. I am Neon Dynasty Kenobi today. That's my dab in already. We're fucking ready to go. Hello, John. Hello, John. Hello, John. That would be very funny if there was a fucking Cowboy Bebop tie-in coming up, wouldn't it? That would be so on brand and on point. To celebrate the release of Kamagawa, or the announcement of Kamagawa today, I spent most of my time playing Legends of Runeterra. Welcome, Naki. Hello, hello. Hello, Famir as well with the Prime. Thank you, my friend. And hello to all the newbies in chat. First time talkers. Like Shangao, who's already spoiling that Kami's are enchantment creatures now. We'll find out soon. We'll find out
almost
soon.
2 years.
I'll be over with almost 2 years. That's a long old fucking time to be involved with this shit. Am I right? I look very orange right now. I'm going to turn down the warmth of my overheads.
Know what you're doing right now? Impressing the heck out of me.
Thanks for the primes as well, Venaful and Pedro52224. Hello, hello, hello. 4 new subs today. 4 new subs today.
Know what you're doing right
Oh,
now?
ahoy, ahoy, ahoy. It's a
Impressing
perpetual
the
hype
heck
time,
out
says Leleni. Oh, it is. It's always perpetual hype time here in Magic the Gathering land. So what we're going to do is we've got about half an hour until the stream kicks off, and we're just going to live
Know what
watch the
you're
stream
doing
along
right
with it.
now?
Depending on how exciting the stream is, I might go off and make a video as well, synopsizing what happened, put it all up on the old YouTubes. Tomorrow you'll have a very neon-looking video as well like this in defense of digital existing cards. And then next week you might have me complaining that I'm not going to play Arena anymore until they fix the economy. That's where I'm at the moment. I was hoping you do a reaction stream first one of the streams I'm watching. Hello, Mr. Karato, and welcome. We've got a good number of people. Looks like a Thursday night at this time is good shit for people. Oh, that for the fucking fuzzy in chat. Fuzzy, this is me dabbing on your ketchup. Oh. Wouldn't be surprised there's some Gundam showcase cards considering the new possibilities of modern techno-based planes. Like a mecha-themed plane would be interesting, but still sick in the spirit of MTG. Do you know what? So already we've had a thing where we've seen like a. I'll show you all the video clip that they put up on Twitter earlier. I fucking love original Kamagawa, to be honest. So I am pretty hype for all this. But there's something I want to point out to everybody. So if we go in and let's get the video up. So let's start with this. So boop, boop, boop. This is on the Twitter account, okay?
Know what you're doing
That is
right
not
now?
what I want to do. It's this one.
Impressing the heck out of me.
Thank you,
I
definitely
am
Pikachu.
glad for my
17.
17th anniversary we geek to find out if I
17.
can finally have a mall ninja commander.
Soon. Right, chat. Check out this thing. Is that too loud, chat? Look at that little raccoon face. Look. The Wanderer. Look, it's Danny DeVito. Right, so. That's what we've got so far. That'll probably play at the beginning of the stream, knowing my luck. Fine. Okay, I like it. I have no problem with it. One thing I do want to point out, though, is that there are people, Brian, you're one of them, you fucker, who is saying that they don't believe that, like, science fiction has a place in Magic the Gathering. But they're excited for this. Look, you can't have it both ways. You're either completely okay with there being science fiction within your Magic, which you should be, because as much as you pretend it was fantasy, there's all sorts of fucking spaceships flying around through the fucking multiverse and robots and shit. Fucking hell. Get in the pie cam, you cunt! Thank you, IFH_Dom for the Prime. You're not a sub then. my chest is still quite bad. Yeah, like, look at the Thran, look at the Phyrexians. People who say there's no science fiction in Magic are talking complete shit. Oh, I didn't need to move that. I meant to move the alert box. Alert box, where have you gone? Come back. There we go. Hello there, everybody. How are we all on this motherfucking night of no? There's gonna be no economy discussion from them tonight, and it's not that's to be expected, right? Because I know people are gonna get really funny about there not being a economy discussion tonight, and that's to be expected. Okay, so I don't be like, I don't know. I don't know if we have to boycott Kamagawa Neon Dynasty to get the arena economy fixed. Right? It's two different fucking silos. Wizards are very, very siloed. Thank you for the subs, though, my friends. Thank you for the gift subs from Zestrana there. Thank you for the Prime from Tab for a start. Thank you for our guide assist by gifting out to Staxy Boy. 137 gift subs. Barry, you are my biggest simp. Am I allowed to say simp on Twitch? I was saying it ironically. But we all know people get banned for saying things ironically on Twitch now, so we should probably avoid that. Sestrana88 giving out subs to Wolfsark and Owned by Phil. Hello, and welcome. Esper's pretty sci-fi too. Kailash is just sci-fi with the explanation of ooh, magic, woo. Yeah, exactly. Any technology adequately in advance of our... Adequate, that's not right. Far enough in advance of our own would be considered magic to layman, right? That is a paraphrasing of Arthur C. Clarke. We're going to have mechs, we're going to have vehicle stim. It's going to happen. Can I offer you some feedback? Naki, what's up? What's the feedback, my friend? Is there any problems with the stream? Oh, am I out of sync? I should have checked this. Is camera in sync? Do you need to do a camera restart? Thank you for the Prime, Morgan the Great. And welcome. Big old hype train on the go here. Ravnica had coffee machines. It did. It did have coffee machines. It did. Of course! The word feedback is not banned here. If you didn't know, the word feedback is actually banned over on the Wizards of the Coast Twitch channel, which is kind of insane, right? It's kind of insane. I get that the feedback you get from a Twitch chat isn't the most productive. It's not that easy to keep up with. People will bitch and people will moan. People will spam. Have you ever seen a Games Workshop stream when they're like spamming Curse City? It's pretty funny. But still, having the word like feedback banned is very fucking telling. Did you also know that the transaction history for Arena is not available to you? You have to go and look at your own receipts, then have a way of looking at it. I mean, Riot Games of all people, who are often considered one of the scummier companies when it comes to buying stuff online, right? Even they go out of their way to let you know how much you spent on League via a website, right? So, anyway. Where are we at? Catching up with chat here. There's a lot of people who play Arena without looking up any MTG content and wouldn't know about the boycott. Exactly. So, something needs to change with Arena. I'm not going to go on about this for much longer. I'm thinking that next week I'm basically like 3 pips off Mythic. I'm going to hit Mythic for the first time because I've enjoyed Historic that much. And then I think that'll be my video where I was filming something earlier today. I'll probably do that on Monday. Although I'm seeing... no spoilers for any films coming up or anything like that. I'm seeing Spider-Man on Monday. Morning. Yeah, that's right. Takes some time to go see Spider-Man. Yeah, my hit Mythic will be my goodbye to Arena for a while. Legends of Runeterra I played today, and it was fucking wicked. It's cooler than I remember it being, which is weird. Like, their draft system. They've got a roguelike single player with voice-acted, like, comic book cutscenes. Like, it makes Arena seem so fucking cheap and shit compared to how fucking awesome, like, Legends of Runeterra really is. So there will be some Legends of Runeterra content next week. I'm going to do, like, a series, perhaps, where it's, like, alternatives to Arena. And I'm thinking it's going to be Modo with Vintage Cube and, like, other formats. It's going to be Legends of Runeterra. It's going to be Slay the Spire. It's going to be Chandelier. Fuck it, I might go back and... Is the Xbox game, like, MTG Battlegrounds available on PC? Do I have to emulate that shit? Maybe that's something I can look into as well after Christmas. So, no, Xbox. Okay. Although there was a Microsoft Windows one. I'll have to look on GOG a little bit later. No, Battlegrounds, John. Oh, John, I found a 75p game on the Xbox store today. It's called Woman in Leotard with Gun. Hang on, see if I can find the trailer for you. I thought it'd be very fun for us to play. Oh my god. Can I get the trailer? The trailer is something else. Is this the trailer I saw earlier? Okay. I'm going to show us on stream, and maybe I'm doing a big risk here. I don't know. So this is a Lady in Leotard with Gun trailer. Look how cursed this is! Look at this! Oh, what the fuck? This is Kamagawa, Neon Dynasty. Shall I stream this, chat? Look at this, look at it! Look at it! Is this the greatest piece of art you've ever seen? Is it on Steam? There's the exit look! I love the fact they haven't beat about the bush. She has nipples as well. What is this shit? And there's some Kill Team video. Okay, cool. Right, back to the main thing, which is Magic. Oh, fucking hell. Is that on Steam? Steam, lady in leotard with gun. I've got a headache. Oh, there isn't, but there is Gun Lady. Oops, sorry, not on sale anymore. Okay.
What are you doing right now?
So the PlayStation Store, it's on the Xbox Store.
This set is the most hype since I've started playing Magic Emo.
Oh, Emo. If I said Emo. Welcome back, Sushi. Thank you for the 19 months. I appreciate you. We'll play some League again soon at some point. You think the next Alter Sleeve should be Lady in Leotard with Gun? Should that be the prompt that I give to Damavido? Just see what she does with it. Gun in Leotard with... Oh, what could he have instead of a gun? Like a Lux Cannon? An eighth of Flux Reservoir in his hand. And he's like... Brrr. Oh, fucking hell. Thank you for the hype train, everybody. I'm very hyped for this. I'm very, very hyped for Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. I just think it's very funny that people are being so forgiving of it, considering everyone seems to hate the idea of science fiction coming to Magic the Gathering. The game looks like Cruelty Squad. I don't know what that is. Do I even want to Google that? Do I want to look that up?
Know what you're doing right now? Impressing the heck out of me.
Oh, I see. It's
Very
like a deep
excited
fried,
for
terrible
Kamagawa.
video game. Right, I'm with you. I'm with you. I just turned down my volume mix on my PC. It's so fucking loud. Let's have a look at... Do we have some spoilers already? Is it Kaito Shizo?
Know what you're doing right now? Impressing the heck out of me.
Yeah, let's have a look. Do I even start talking about leaks? I might take a poor preview card away from someone like IGN or Forbes.
The heck out of me.
That game sure looks fun. Where can I play it? Smiley face.
That game is available on both PlayStation 4 Store and Xbox Store. The Xbox Store is 75 pence. Matapanta Lemon, thank you for the 2 months. I always fuck your name up. Thank you for the Prime, Ricky 171717. If you watch this on YouTube, by the way, sorry that you've just got stuck with all this fucking just Prime subbing and talking complete shit, right? So is this what we've got from the hang on. Is this what we've got from the trailer? Because obviously, then we just watched there was fragments of a card in amongst the describing of the logo, right? Is this the correct one? I know a few people in the Discord have been looking into this. Is this the correct one now? There's a static too. Sush, can you send me a good link on Discord and I'll bring it up? Search over your blue or black creature card and put it into play. What the fuck? $39p on PlayStation 4, John. What a fucking bargain. I guess you have got to connect with the creature and get the emblem, so it doesn't seem too bad. It just seems very weird and blue-black, right? Doesn't feel very blue-black to me. Nefarious Bread, did you miss it? Look, okay, look, one more time. There was a really funny video on, is it on the Xbox store? Where she's just fighting like these really cursed monsters. Oh wow, I got to enter my date of birth to be able to fucking see these. What is it, porn? I'm only 21. Yes, this is the video. This is the one. John, are you there? Check out this shit. It is real cursed. Are you ready? Are you ready, John? This is the good shit. Are you ready? Look, recording has started. Like the person who's put the video up is using like the most basic whatever. It's so funny. John. John, look at this, John. Oh my fucking So this is on the PlayStation Store, on the Xbox Store. This is the Neon Dynasty crossover video game. This is Lady in Leotard Neon Dynasty. You can release anything on the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Store anymore. I know it is. This is real cursed shit. Why have they got like human hands but the bum of a bear? Oh, it's dead. Even something that powerful cannot withhold the power of a neon pistol shot to the chest. Oh, you got him. Lady in leotard. The funny thing is she even in a leotard? Look at those cheeks. Well done. Well done. That was some MLG Pro Elite Gaming moves there from Lady in a leotard with a gun. Oh, fucking hell. Stream has started. Let's have a look. Has it tab? No, it doesn't look like it has. Wait, is that my favourite game? Lady in a Leotard? No. It's the sequel, Lady in a Leotard with a gun. Prevegas. Almost. Honestly, Fuzz, I'll probably be making a video just summarising some of this stuff. I'll be putting this out on YouTube as well, but I'll be making a video. No rest for the wicked. I've almost, chat, got to 1 million views in the last 30 days. That is small shit for some YouTubers, but that is big shit for me. I've almost got to 1 million views in 30 days. I'm so fucking close. That's why I've been grinding and pumping stuff out. And that can take a bit more time relaxing over the next couple of weeks and stuff. I might do quite a bit of streaming next week. I might stream quite a bit of Vintage Cube and Legends of Runeterra. But yeah, 1 million views in 30 days is insane, and I'm so fucking hyped. And we're not quite there yet. We're currently at like 890, going into another day tomorrow with like, a short on another video. So you might not hit it till next week, but yeah. Is that a trailer from the Game Awards? That's so funny. Let's refresh again so we get the stream.
Know what you're doing right now?
Does Magic Legends still get supported? No, they pulled the plug. I did a video on that. Garnet Socks, if you want to see, just search Pleasant Kenobi Magic Legends. And you'll see that it got pulled. My historic videos have been gas. Yeah, I've been really enjoying the format and I want to play it more, but I'm getting to the point where I don't know if I can really encourage people to play on Arena, right? So I think we're going to be like really hard talking about alternatives. Would that be serious alternatives like Modo? And Vintage Cube is up now. And Vintage Cube is fucking awesome. And I love it. Or other dumb shit. Return a Splice? Maybe. Maybe they'll fix it in some way. Thanks, Sush. I'll grab it now. Okay, so if this is wrong, we can blame Sushiki in the chat. Whenever I mention you in a like this, Sush, someone comments going, "Oh, they once edited for Goldfish and I hate them" or something. There's one person who really doesn't like you in my comment section. Not to make you feel self-conscious, Sush. Like, the Discord loves you, but fuck, this one person is so fucking weird. Anyway, Kaito Planeswalker 3 mana Kaito at the beginning of your end step. If enter the battle for this turn, something. So people think it's gonna be phasing. Draw a card, then discard a card if a creature card hasn't attacked this turn. So that is basically almost all of Charter Course. Create a 1/1 blue ninja creature token with this creature can't be blocked. Okay, so it facilitates its number 7, which is get an Emberware. Whenever a creature you control does the combat numbers to a player, search your library for a blue or black creature card and put it into battle for then shuffle. That's such a, it's like, I don't know. Yeah. So people were saying in chat earlier, it's creature as the battlefield. This turn it phases out. If it's just in general, you can never attack it with a new creature, right? We're going to see it shortly, right? We're definitely going to see this very shortly. You always miss the Monday ones because you have D&D and during my Prime subscription, Vince. Thank you, J Langthorpe. I appreciate it. I appreciate you supporting me to keep making the content I do. I'm going to need more support as I can't make arena content soon. If I decide to actually peel off. So, give me all your... Hands up, give me your fucking money. Why speculate and they're going to spoil it in like 30 minutes? Because we can talk about it now. We can see if the community got it right. Chill out now. Calm down, Mataficus. It's only a commercial. It's just one big fucking commercial for Magic. Even if I'm critical. We're all going to buy it because we're scum. And miles to go with the Prime. 10th new sub today. Thank you, my friend. If a ninja is about to draw a card as a fucking passive on a 3-mana Planeswalker, that seems very good. Hello, Shardfire. I'm going to do a Christmas holiday stream. I was meant to organise a charity stream for Christmas this year, and I've just been quite busy and a bit down in the weather and not got around to it, honestly. So I think we're going to do a charity stream in the new year instead. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Bobby, thank you for the gifts up to Fimblejod. Am I scared of the new Tau Codex? Yeah, no. I haven't played against Tau yet. Do you know what? I downloaded Fire Warrior on Good Old Games as part of a video that I want to make. I might not come out to next year yet. Which is going to be like 5 of the best, 5 of the worst. Oh, Shardfire, you little bitch. Let me finish my sentence and I'll read these out. 5 of the best, 5 of the worst Warhammer video games of all time. I want to do one of those for Magic as well. But there's not really 5 of the best, 5 of the worst. Just 5 shit ones, right? The clincher would be like top 10 worst Magic video games of all time, and number 1 would be Arena. Oh, fucking God, where's my fucking horns? Where's my fucking horns? Yeah, there. Anyway, I wanted that for Warhammer, and I downloaded Fire Warrior, and I haven't played against Tau in 40k yet. It's the only faction I haven't played against with or against. So it's funny that I might actually end up playing Fire Warrior before I play against them, because the codex out next year. Shardfire, thank you for giving out the subs to Big Strong Doge, Spartan Man 114, Menelvin, Darathini, Zarok 504, some lurker names we see in here. Dr. Honeydew, Boss Bush Gaming, hello Boss Bush Gaming. Hey, it's Ailes, EOs to be, and Mangork. There's going to be kaiju mech fights. There's got to be. The kaiju will be like the dragon spirits, and the mech will be like spirit suits. I don't know.
Pressing the heck out of me.
Thank you, Disaccordio, as well for the Prime sub. But no, Shardfire, thank you for the Christmas hospitality, my friend.
Know what you're doing right now?
I enjoyed hearing about your little anecdote the other day about how your partner recognises stuff that I always fucking say. Sorry, Dr. Shardfire, I should say as well, shouldn't I?
Know what you're doing right now?
Excuse me. Okay, well, the stream is now live. Nope. Did they go live and not live?
Impressing the heck out of me.
Reach W as well for the tier 1 sub. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. PhD Obnoxious, if you play Tau, get on the fucking Discord. And we'll play sometime.
Know what you're doing right now? Impressing the heck out of me.
Right, I've unmuted this. Yeah, Naki, people just like to hear what I have to say about Magic, which is nice. I mean, I cannot fucking complain, right? I cannot fucking complain. So this is the weekly MTG starting soon, Kamagawa thing. I don't believe this is the pre-recorded sort of, I hate to say it, but the rather slightly cringy one that we've seen before with like Crimson Vow and Midnight Hunt. I think that's coming later. Hopefully it won't be as cringy. I mean, it wasn't super cringe, just a little bit cringe. Because it's got to be something like family friendly and so straight-laced. German Magic Stories. Thank you for the Prime, my friend. Welcome. Here's the tech team for the MTG streams today. Hasn't responsible for the coding Jadar in Arena. Jadar? What's wrong with Jadar in Arena?
Impressing the heck out of me.
Hello, MTG Goldfish. We are indeed. We're going to be watching this this stream. I'm just making sure it's working. It's just a still screen with no music and no movement, which does ask some questions, doesn't it? But hello, Goldfish. Who is that? Is that you, Seth? Probably better known as Shitbeard Olive. Was that harsh? I don't know if that was too harsh. How much text do you think will be on the new Dragon Legends? At least one entire fucking page of War and Peace. If it's not, I'll be disappointed. It's what I've come to expect. Bobby, are gifting yourself out to MG Goldfish. 133 to date, Bobby. Are you the top? Are you the top? Oh, not this month, you're not. Shardfire is. Oh, get Rex. Whoa. I'm not that excited about the dragons. Okay, what we really want to do is take bets on which dragon's going to be busted as fuck, right? Because obviously the original ones, what the fuck is the black one called now? The one that does 5 life drain. I'm not going to look at chat until I remember it. Yosei's the white one. Violet is the red one. Yosan is the green one. Kaiga is the blue one. Oh, why can't I not remember the black one's name? Chat, what is it? Kakusho! Thank you! Velinky21. Fuck, I can't believe I couldn't remember that. Jesus Christ. This is why giving out a sub to Sakurai Blade. Oh, coming up. Coming up, Barry. It's coming up. So yeah, which one's going to be busted this time? Will Kakusho just be like strictly better? Yugen? Another gift yourself to PhD Obnoxious as well, Barry. Thank you, my friend.
Hello and welcome
and we're
to
off.
MTG. We have an incredible show today because today is your first look at Kamagawa Neon Dynasty coming up in February. But we're talking about it today, and I have two of the people behind the set alongside me, virtually speaking. I've got Grace Fong and Mark Rosewater. Grace, why don't you start out by telling everyone what your role was with Kamagawa Neon Dynasty?
Hey, so Neon Dynasty, I was one of the narrative designers.
Know what you're doing right
so
now?
I was working with
Impressing
the
the
other
heck
designers to kind of do the outline for the story and get all the web fiction for you guys to read so that you could be welcomed into this set that we have.
Mark?
I was the lead vision designer and exploratory designer, so I led those two teams, and it was my team's job to go, what exactly is this set? Because when we started, we'll tell the story today, but we didn't quite know what it was when we started. So.
Yeah, and we are going to talk about what this set is, some stuff you can expect, some cool cards. We have previews. We're going to show you some new cards.
It wouldn't be Magic the Gathering without previews, Blake.
Come
on!
First,
Perpetual resubbing hype. Will I finally be able to improve my Samurai Bushido EDH deck?
Start looking for things. So on January 11th, we're going to come back with a Kamagawa Creative Roundtable that is going to have a bunch of cool people talking about the story and setting and how Kamagawa.
That's almost a month until we get some more.
We're going to follow that up with some short histories, filling in a lot of the gaps in the last 1,200 years and the storyline between when we originally visited Kamagawa. Then you're going to get all of the Kamagawa fiction on January 24th to 26th. Before we even get to
that
previews,
noise there wasn't mine.
Which are going
that
to
was
start
one of their alarms going
on
off.
January 27th. Mark your calendars. Kamagawa, we were leading story heavy this time, and there's going to be a reason for that because there's some pretty exciting stuff that happens that we don't want to spoil in the cards. But we will get to that. First, 1,200 years is a long time, so we're going to take a look at some of the stuff visually that Kamagawa has to offer. We're going to start by showing off some art that's going to kind of look familiar, but obviously has a little bit of change to it. So let's throw up the first piece of art, which is of Ganjo, Seat of the Empire. So Grace, tell us why this is important, what we're looking at, all of that.
So,
doesn't look very white, does it?
Even though 1,200 years have passed, the Imperials still have a strong presence here in Kamigawa, and Aiganjo is the seat of their headquarters. So the Imperial Court is here. This is where the Emperor lives. This is where the Imperials have their academy and where they train the people who will be going through Kamigawa and helping maintain order. This art is from one of our partners over in Kogoro. We have a lot of awesome Japanese artists working on this set with us.
Decent.
Tell us a little bit more about Kogoro.
So Kogoro was our partner for the Mystical Archive, I believe. Mm-hmm. And they are a Japanese art studio that works with artists who do manga,
good shit.
Video game illustration, a bunch of different products there. And they help us find people that can interpret our cards in a brand new style so that we can expand the types of art that is available on Magic cards.
All right. And then I'm assuming they helped us with this next one then as well, which is Boseiju.
Stop rustling your fucking
also going to sound
guys.
familiar. Who endures? So what do we see here? What's special about Boseiju?
Yes. So this is one of the Kogoro cards. Boseiju is the biggest tree in what remains of the Jukai forest. Essentially, as the 1200 years passed, lots and lots of urbanization occurred. People started encroaching on the Jukai forest, and Boseiju, the magical tree in the center of the forest, basically refused to be outgrown by the skyscrapers. It grew every single time a new building was raised. It would grow even higher until it is still the highest point in Tawashi, the main city of Kamigawa.
Okay. The next piece of art is one that some of you
I hope they do keep some of their old mechanical entities. That does count spells.
But we wanted to talk a little bit about this. This is the key art for the set. And Grace, what are we looking at here?
So, as you can see, the 5 dragons are back. So, some of you know, they probably know that a number of them passed away during the Kami War. But if you in one of those saga stories that you're going to see, then you will get an explanation of how they were reborn and worked with each other to continue being protectors of Kamigawa.
Okay, and these are not,
I'm not hot on this art.
Strictly the same dragons reborn. They're a little bit different, aren't they?
Yes. So
it's like a fucking elk up here, look.
When a number of them passed away during the Kami War, Ryusei was the only one that survived. And Ryusei took it upon themselves to bring back Jugen, the dragon who had been protecting the monks of Jukai. And together they worked to bring back the other 3 in new reborn forms. So what you're seeing here is the rebirth of the old magic of Kamigawa within the modern era.
Okay, and we are actually going to preview one of these a little bit later in the stream. Next up, we saw this a little bit in the teaser trailer.
Know what you're doing right now?
Skipped over.
Impressing the heck out of me.
Let's take a look at the set symbol, and then we're going to show the teaser trailer again. So the set symbol that you will see on all of the Kamagawa cards, right there.
I like it. It's cool. It's different.
That's it. It's a set
lot of the
symbol.
recent.
Now what we're going to do
Not much more to say, Sam. Like, it's very unique and compared to a lot of the ones we've seen
recently. We showed a little bit of a teaser video earlier today. We're going to show that again here, just in case you missed it, and then we're going to maybe talk a little bit about the hidden Easter egg in it.
I hope Arena's economy gets fucking fixed, right? But what I also hope for is that we get a load of cool, like, neon, chiptune, fucking synthwave shit going on as well. That'd be really cool. Yeah, Fuzzy, get with the fucking program. You were here when we talked about it. So yes, people know what's going on here. There was a card, but they're going to talk about now, that was in that.
So that was the teaser we dropped earlier.
And the Cyber Wanderer, yeah.
Started trying to piece together. If you caught it, there's a little glitch in there.
I'm getting some Blade Runner vibes, says someone who's only ever seen Blade Runner. Sorry, Rod, see you.
We do have some packaging to show that has actually one of the characters from that glitch on it. So let's look at some of the packaging. Not all of it. We're holding some back that has some sort of spoilery stuff. But
so we've got motorbikes here.
On the left over there, that character is going to look pretty familiar on the pre-release and draft pack if you were able to piece together the glitch images. And that character is none other than Kaito Suzuki, which if you're looking down at the bottom of the screen, you'll see is our next topic. So let's put up Kaito's card. Now we're showing you two versions. There is a third version of that. We'll get to this in a moment, but this is Kaito Suzuki, a black.
He protects himself in his first turn. That makes a lot more sense.
Named Kaito. 3 loyalty. At the beginning of your end step, if Kaito Suzuki entered the battlefield this turn, he phases out. +1, draw a card, then discard a card unless you attacked this turn. -2, create a 1/1 blue ninja creature token with this creature can't be blocked. -7, you get an emblem with whenever.
Honestly, go turn Blake down for a minute because he's not saying anything that even remotely interesting. He's just reading it. I don't really like the digital art that much. This looks way too cyberpunk. This though is fucking awesome.
We've been wanting, one of our wish lists for a long time was to do a ninja planeswalker. We thought that would be a really cool idea, and this seemed like the perfect opportunity to do that. And it's a set that has ninjas in it, and it plays really well with ninjas. So for ninja fans out there, there's lots of ninja goodies coming your way. And he's a fun card. We made use of phasing to sort of do a sort of cool, like he's hard to kill on your opponent's turn because he's not there. And so there's a lot of fun things with this card, and he works really well with the ninja. I'll say that.
All right. How much work did you all put into designing it? Because it's got a very different kind of design. Where'd this phasing thing come from, for example?
Well, we've
so strange.
We've sort of brought phasing back as something that we do from time to time as a way to sort of get rid of things but have them come back in a way that's clean. And so sometimes we flicker/blink things. Sometimes we now phase things. But it was a neat way. But like we wanted this to be a character that was hard to attack, but could attack him. We let toward a deck that wanted to attack a lot. Mm-hmm. And so it was a neat way to sort of capture this ninja flavor of hiding in the shadows that you can't find them. And we thought it was just
3-mana walker you can't interact with in the first turn. Source of speed seems a bit.
Our ninja planeswalker.
All right, and Grace, who is Kaito? Because this is a completely new character.
Oh man, I love Kaito. So first, there's going to be a lot of web fiction where you too can also learn about Kaito. But essentially, Kaito was an orphan who grew up in the imperial court. And then an accident happened in his childhood involving a man with a metal arm. And that this upset him so much that he left his life behind and went into the city and became a ninja, trying to search for answers. And while he was there, he had another adventure, which is available for you to read right now. And he became a planeswalker by coming in contact with Himoto, the kami of the spark, who now lives in the mechanized origami tanuki robot that he can be seen with.
Okay, I'm into that. That's
he
wicked.
worked with a lot of cultural consultants to kind of really bring a level of realism and authenticity to Kaito's world, and kind of make him a really relatable, fun character who, even if he doesn't necessarily agree with all the rules, is still very likable. I really encourage you to read the fiction when it becomes available in January or even now.
Yeah, we've got 2 of the origin stories up for Kaito today. Chat wants to know more about.
Does Suzuki have massive balls? Does he have massive balls?
That little pet on his shoulder.
So essentially, Himoto was.
Foldy hold. Stop comparing things to diseases that kill people. For fuck's sake, be better than that.
In the web fiction, a lot of the answers are actually available to you online right now, and I would heavily encourage you to read them. But she essentially decides that because that Kaito is her friend and she does want to stick with him and help him travel across the multiverse as he's looking for answers.
All right. So now the other thing.
So we think the camera angle is to hide the balls.
Versions of Kaito there. There is a third version. Our Japanese team is going to be revealing that third version later today. It's super cool. It's got
less than 3 versions of a Planeswalker. Are you insane, Blake?
Done by, I believe, a Japanese
Are you insane?
That's pretty.
Of course not.
And so we'll,
5.
We'll
there better
see
be
more
5
of that
or we
around
riot.
8 p.m. tonight from our Japanese team. So keep an eye out for that. But coming up, we still have several previews to go. I will note, chat, that we are going to do, you'll see at the bottom down there, we are going to do a Q&A session at the end. Now, this is a bit of a preview event, kind of a taste of Kamagawa. So we may not be able to answer everything, but if you want some clarity on something we said earlier, or you just have questions about Kamagawa Neon Dynasty, that's when we'll answer them. If you put them in chat now, I'm probably going to miss them, but we'll certainly come back to them. Anyway,
about the economy of the readers in those chat.
A few pretty spicy previews.
Before we get a preview,
yes.
can I tell the story about
you wanted to tell this story of how the set came to be. Let's hear it, Mark.
I love story time with Mark.
Story time with Mark.
So basically, back in 2004, our first top-down block we ever did was Champions of Kamagawa, and that block was not a huge success. For a lot of reasons it didn't do too well. But over the years, it has grown sort of to become a fan favorite. It was the first place we really blew Legends out, and the popularity of Commander really made the legendary theme really, really popular, and there's just a lot about it that people really liked. So on my blog, the number one request that I got on my blog was, we want to go back to Kamagawa. That was a very frequent, franchise player request. Meanwhile, at Wizards, we talked about, if we had to do all over again, if we could start from scratch, could we maybe make a more exciting Japanese world than what we had done in Kamagawa? And so we had talked about maybe we wanted to not do Kamagawa and just do a completely different Japanese, inspired world. And so when we started this project, what I had said to everybody was, okay, we're not going to say whether this is Kamagawa or not. We're just going to make a really cool Japanese world, and then down the road, we'll figure out whether or not it's Kamagawa. Let's just make a cool Japanese world. So we started on that path, and exploratory world building really made this really cool cyberpunk world, and it was really a neat thing to do. It played into a lot of fun pop cultural Japanese tropes that we hadn't done last time we'd been in Kamagawa, and it was a really neat world. But I knew it wanted to be Kamagawa. The audience really wanted Kamagawa, and there's a lot of fun things from original Kamagawa. So we were talking in vision design about what's the conflict of the world. Like, every world wants an inherent conflict. And because it's Japanese inspired, we wanted a very Japanese, themed conflict. And what we realized was there's a perfect one that answered our problem, because we didn't know, do we do cyberpunk? Do we do original Kamagawa? What do we do? And the answer was both. And here's how we did it. One of the main themes you see in Japanese pop culture is modernity versus tradition. Japanese, they love new technology. There's a lot of technology there. But in the same sense, there's a real honor of tradition that goes on. And so there's this conflict in Japanese society of this modernity versus tradition. And that it's a very common theme you see in a lot of Japanese stories and Japanese pop culture. So we decided to make that our conflict. What if half the set was brand new cyberpunk Japan, and what if half the set was very old, much akin to what you might remember of old Kamagawa? And we had that be the conflict. And then we found a really clever way, which I can't explain today, but we mechanically identified each part and gave them some mechanical sort of definition. And then the set is both new Kamagawa. If you like the cyberpunk stuff, half the set is that. If you really enjoyed Champions of Kamagawa and Old Kamagawa Black, half the set is that. There's a real merit of, the world has some really new and exciting different things, but also a lot of traditional things that you'll remember from Kamagawa from, 1,200 years ago when last we did it.
Now, Grace, Mark mentioned the 1,200 years bit there. How did you all arrive at that sort of timing? Was it, this is where we wanted the story to be set and that's what the time was? Or how did you arrive at that time frame? That's a long time.
That was, yeah. I mean, I wasn't there personally for this, but I think it was kind of a decision.
I can answer this one, actually.
Oh, you can? Take it, please, Mark.
Yeah. So, when we were in original Kamagawa, most people don't realize is it was set in the past. Champions of Kamagawa was not set in present day. I mean, back when, in 2004, it wasn't set in present day. We'd wanted to tell the story, and we wanted a certain feel to it, so we specifically set it in the past. And then there's the character that came to Dominaria, so like there's elements of that story showed up in more modern day. But what we're visiting right now, the Neon Dynasty, is present day Kamagawa, and Kamagawa from Champ to Kamagawa was, even when we told the story, was set way in the past. So that's why there's a long gap of time. Was that Champions was set in the past? It wasn't modern day match even when it came out.
Yeah, and Grace, what was that connection like? So this is my prompt. Talk about the Umezawas, because that sort of is sort of.
Kids, let's not speculate on fucking drug addictions and chat. Don't be a bunch of cunts.
And so talk a little bit about that.
Yeah,
don't be fucking babysit, y'all. Come on.
If you're familiar with old Kamigawa, Toshiro Umezawa was a very notable figure who had influence across multiple planes, right? And one of those planes being his home plane of Kamigawa. So Umezawa is the people who took after him, either his immediate relatives or people who just wanted to be like him. They started to their own. They evolved and like created their own gangs essentially within this modern times. So like they maintain that feeling of tradition by like having the piety and association with each other and with that name. And you can see his latest successor in the web fiction that went up today, working with Kaito.
Yeah, so
from a Magic history standpoint,
Umezawa's...
the first Umezawa actually showed up in Legends, which was the third ever Magic expansion. Tetsuya Umezawa was the first Umezawa we ever met. But he was on Dominaria, so there's a whole story of how did he end up in Dominaria. But we met his ancestors in Champions of Kamigawa, and then we meet his...
Didn't he kill Bonus?
Lineage later on. So there's a lot of Umezawas that we have met over the years.
And that Umezawa is connected to Nicol Bolas in a really big way, and so it's all connected. Okay, let's start showing some more previews. Kaito was kind of a preview, but some people pieced it together before this. So we promised one of the dragons, so let's meet the first of our dragons, Atsushi the Blazing Sky. A 4/4 legendary creature, dragon spirit for 2 and 2 red with flying and trample. And when Atsushi the Blazing Sky dies, choose one. You get to exile the top 2 cards to your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards or create 3 treasure tokens. So, Mark, what were you going for with this card and the other dragon?
So you got your own card now.
So one of the challenges of this set has been we wanted to make as much throwbacks as we could to original Kamagawa, but one of the problems with original Kamagawa, the mechanics were not the high point of original Kamagawa, and so there's not a lot of things. So
just going to do Red Dragon and it doesn't do the same thing?
We really said, what are the cool things? What were the neat mechanical things that original Kamagawa Black did do?
Flample in red, though, chat.
That there was a cycle of these dragon spirits, and when they died, they had a powerful effect. So we knew we wanted to bring them back, we wanted to update them. So what we did is, once again, you have these powerful dragons that all fly, and when they die, but instead of one effect, you now have a choice between 2 effects. So it's bringing it back, but putting a little twist on it.
All right. And Grace, it looks like
strong,
the art on the extended version is special as well?
Yeah.
The first pip is very strange. Like, for a 4-mana mythic 4/4 flying trampler dying and give you cards is interesting.
Another location, Sokenzan, in the background there. I'm pretty sure that this was actually painted traditionally, like with oil.
BWK, yes. So Kakusho, Kaiga will come back, but they're all dead. So Atsushi isn't the name of the original Red Dragon.
Of Ryusei, who started that plan to bring all the dragons back through rebirth, which is a major, connects into the mechanic of essentially releasing power when dying, and into our even larger theme of the tradition versus modernity. It's like this.
It will be sad if we don't have a Kakusho named card. We have like a different. This is Atsushi as opposed to Rose or whatever it was, right? Wasn't the one that survived? So why is its name different? Weird.
Anyway, is this part of a cycle?
It is part of a cycle. We couldn't do a cycle of dragons. I mean, we couldn't do dragons without doing a cycle of dragons. So yes, this is part of a cycle.
All right.
That all.
These arts.
They all die with two choices. That obviously they work the same way.
All right.
Not the same two choices, but two choices.
All right. Next up, let's show off Hidetsugu Devouring Chaos. We're going to have a lot to unpack with this one. But first, let's talk about the card. It is a 4/4 legendary creature, Ogre Demon. Hidetsugu Devouring Chaos costs 3 and a black. It has black, sacrifice a creature to scry 2. And then for 2 red and tap it, you can exile the top part of your library. You may play this card this turn. When you exile a non-land card this way,
Hidetsugu we will get Kiki, yeah.
equal to the exiled card's mana value to any target.
If they do Kiki, do it like they did Odric. I'll be very sad.
Grace, tell us, who is Hidetsugu and why should we care?
So this is in fact the same Hidetsugu from 1200 years ago. Unlike the dragons who were reborn and the Umezabas who are descendants or successors of the people.
Monetary Mentor, if they just reveal an Emrakul, then you lose half your life.
Actually consumed the Oni that he worshipped, hence giving him the ogre demon creature type, and basically became a mystical being in himself.
This feels very
and so now he's still running around causing the same kind of chaos.
Sounds fucking sick though. This
he was known for even back then.
All right. And you'll notice that there is
there's Tameo art, I think, Barry,
treatment on the right. That's one of the booster fun treatments.
Or at least the Moonkin looking into an orb.
Throughout the set, there are a number of cards that have that treatment. Hidetsugu has a special treatment, which we'll talk about in a second. But first, Mark, tell us about the mechanics on Hidetsugu.
This shooting any target does seem
I
strong.
can't talk too much about... this card is made to be synergistic with other things going on in the set, and... one of the things that we wanted to do when we came back to Kamagawa was, I had asked in my blog, like, if we return to Kamagawa, what's the most important thing? And the number one answer was the races, all the creature types that...
this is a playmat's going to be decent.
Had sort of introduced to the game, and all the cool stuff that we had done. And so demons were part of that. A lot of your favorites are back, so the things you loved about original Kamagawa, a lot of those races are back. You know, you'll see we did a lot of fun things with them, but one of the things that we were trying really hard to balance is take things that were lovable that people loved about original Kamagawa, but then sort of update them and do cool things. And like, once you see the whole set, this card has a lot of nice synergies. It's part of a cool draft strategy, and there's a lot of things going on that you can do with this card. And the legendary theme was an important part of original Kamagawa. So there's a legendary theme that runs through this set, and there's a decent amount of legends.
There's a legendary set in every theme in every set now. Come on.
Example of a fun legend.
Magic the Gathering is Commander. Come on, Mark.
And so, you know, the set is really trying to marry a lot of the lovable.
What was the last set without even a minor legendary something with having a fucking shit ton of them?
There's a lot of mixing of old and new. That's the theme, old and new mixing together.
All right, so Hidetsugu also has a special set of cards that we're calling Neon Ink. So there are 4 of these. This is only for Hidetsugu. So here's the deal with these. I'm gonna read this because there's a lot going on here.
I was joking when I said have 5 versions cards. Of a card. I was joking. How is there so many versions of them? What the fuck?
It uses a new to Magic foiling process that is meant to make the card feel like it's actually glowing neon. So here's how you get each of these cards. They are going to be pretty rare. So fewer than 1% of collector boosters. These are 3 of these are collector booster exclusives. The blue, the green, the red are collector booster exclusives. Fewer than 1% of boosters are going to contain a Neon Ink card. Their rare rarities are basically left to
why?
right. So blue is the most likely to find, down to red is the least likely to find, and frequency is about halved with each one starting there. The yellow one is actually going to be available as a promotional card through WPN Premium local game stores. So if you're not able to get one of the blue, green, or red one through a collector boosters, local game stores are going to have promos in the yellow. And these are really cool in person. It's hard to do the glowing neon feel on the screen, but they're going to be very cool. Again, this is only for these special Hidetsugu versions, but they will be available in collector boosters.
So they're doing this for Hidegetsu, right? This means there's going to be something like that for the other things. The new Kiki, the new Dragon. There will be something like this, right? It's weird. It's only for one card. It's weird.
Asks the right question, it'll result in another preview. So I'm going to try to keep up with chat. Chat's
what about the economy, Blake?
Right now. It would help if you tag it.
Is this the question you wanted, Blake? What about the economy on a reader?
Questions about Kamagawa Neon Dynasty at this point. I know you all have lots of questions about.
So none of what I'm saying is only that card has that treatment. I would imagine there'll be a couple of others in the set that have a similar, not the same neon thing, but a different super rarity thing. Or maybe this is the thing they're doing every set now, but it's where they pick Hidegetsu, a non-mythic, to do that with, right? I expect it to be on other ones.
Getting X. We're probably not going to be able to answer those questions. So
I can answer all of them.
All of them. Maybe. Thanks, Mark. Okay, here's a question we might be able to answer. What was the, and this is for both of you, what was the hardest part about returning to Kamagawa?
I can go first?
Sure.
Sure.
One of the challenges mechanically is original Kamagawa is not the high point of Magic design. There were a lot of mistakes made. It was a very parasitic set, and there's a lot of things. So in trying to do the new set, we did what we can to sort of get elements of the old set, but there's not a lot of mechanics brought back. I'm not saying none, but there's a lot more of us riffing off ideas and concepts and cycles. Like there's a lot of you'll see old Kamagawa mechanically in the new Kamagawa, but it is not. There was not a lot of things to bring back whole cloth. So there's definitely a lot of inspirations and a lot of things you will see this inspired that. But it was a really tricky set in that there wasn't just all these mechanics to bring back because there were a lot of challenges with some of the mechanical definition in original Kamagawa.
All right, Grace?
We had actually kind of like a similar challenge on the creative side. I think our biggest challenge was like balancing that old new effect. And we kind of solved that by essentially asking ourselves this aspect of the original Kamigawa, how would it have evolved over this time period? How would that Kami magic still be there? Would this Kami still be around doing the same thing? And so we ended up being able to put in a lot of references to characters and creatures from that people would have been familiar with. And it's kind of like revisiting your old friends like a little later to see what they're up to now.
I think ultimately, although the neon card Hidegetsu doesn't, it's not for me. I think it ultimately is good, right? Because collectibles should be where the expensive cards are. I've done videos on this as well. So I agree with people in chat who are saying, who cares about lottery cards, really?
Cooler.
Cool. We have a specific question about Kaito from Mark. Question from Mark, doesn't Kaito's new passive get rid of the main downfall of Planeswalkers in that he can't be attacked? If we can put Kaito back up on the screen, Sean.
Yes, that's exactly what he does. He protects himself.
Part of the idea is we wanted to make a Planeswalker that worked a little bit differently. Yeah, yes, we made a Planeswalker that sort of helps with one of the general weaknesses of Planeswalkers, but hey, you know, we make a lot of Planeswalkers, so
well,
if
I'm not mistaken, he only phases out because phasing doesn't trigger entering the battle. I could be wrong about this. It doesn't trigger enter the battlefield.
No, Blake, you're
so
not
he only phases out one time.
How you've got
the
to
turn you cast him, he'll phase out, and after that doesn't trigger again, unless you find a way to blink him or something like that.
You're correct, right? That the card only makes it phase out one time, but other cards could help you phase him out because obviously there's other ways maybe in the set to do stuff like that.
Okay. Next question, probably from Mark. Does this set have more legends than the average Premier set?
It is above average on legendary creatures because there is a legendary theme in the set. Yes.
Okay. When do we find out how the yellow Hidetsugu will specifically be distributed? Should we look out for a WPN article? So there's actually on dailymtg.com at the conclusion of this show, there's going to be the language I was parroting and reading a little bit came directly from that article. So there is going to be an article that talks about how all the neon ink ones are available, as well as some other stuff that we have covered or are about to cover. All right, how about this question? Someone asked the right question. Yeah, it's time. It's time. Are there going to be full art lands? Grace?
Of course there fucking is. It's just this is just how Magic is now. It's the norm.
I think we can show them.
How unexciting, how uninspired.
They're so pretty. All right.
These are so gorgeous. Like, I freaked out whenever I saw them. So, as I mentioned before, we worked with Kogadu to work with a lot of Japanese artists. And so one of these things that we worked with them on was creating full art basic lands for you. Mm-hmm. And they are inspired by the ukiyo-e style of painting, as well as our old versus new theme.
They are fucking nice, though.
Cycle
Whoa!
The traditional, beautiful, natural world, natural landscapes of all of Kamigawa. And
the
on
right-hand
others,
plains.
we have the different urban centers that represent each of the colors. Mm-hmm. So we just saw Ganjo and
that left-hand one. Look at the little frog! Look at the little frog lad! Look at him! Just fucking hanging out with a tadpole!
The art takes up.
He's hanging out with a tadpole! What the fuck?
It's 90% of the card. It sells the whole thing for you, basically.
God, that right-hand one, is that like a fucking rain-slick street?
Beautiful, and I love them so much.
Yeah, the story I love to tell is when Chris Rush, the artist who did Black Lotus,
What's this L mean?
Worked on early Magic,
common.
He first pitched full art lands, and the response was, "Why would anybody ever want those?"
Oops.
Chris was correct.
Yeah, these are amazing. So there's 2 of each.
These are nice, but not as hot as those.
Okay, and then I've seen a couple comments / questions about how you get these. So, you can get them in draft, set, and collector boosters in both traditional foil and in non-foil. So in draft and set boosters, roughly 1 out of every 30 or 1/3 of draft and set boosters will contain one of these lands. And then every collector booster is going to contain 1 foil of one of these. So yes, you can absolutely get these in basically any pack. Yeah.
Just coughing, sorry, not vomiting, just coughing off the side there.
Okay. Thanks to
they are in, well, they're not in every booster.
Question.
Kotash, but they are in every booster type.
All right, let's see what other questions.
I don't really give a shit if they're not in every draft booster, honestly.
The soft glow treatment, what kind of cards get that treatment? A variety of cards. It's not a specific...
I want collectibles to drive the price of the game, not the super staples that they print in Modern Horizons and shit.
Categories. We saw the Ninja frame on Kaito. That is one of the frames. The soft glow was applied to a lot of cool cards.
What soft glow are we referring to here? This thing on the right?
All right, Grace, this is a question for you. Let's see. So you can talk about kind of any sort of older lore, probably. So I love the lore of Kamagawa. Kitsune and Natsumi are some of my favorite tribes. I know you can't share much, but could you please share any
Come on, rats. Bring the rats back. Bring the rats back.
Snippet that you can maybe share for people.
I can tell you that you're going to see a variety of the peoples of Kamigawa. They're still around. Then you'll definitely be introduced to them very soon.
Mm-hmm. For all the people asking about samurai, You'll just have to wait and see.
Well, the samurai and the key art from the packs, right?
Will there be other cards with
Who
the...
knows?
Who knows? Could be anything. Let's see. Will there be other cards with the neon ink treatment? No, the neon ink treatment is specifically for that Hidetsugu. Can we discuss anything related to Kamagawa Commander? Kamagawa Commander, we're not showing off anything from that today. There are 2 decks, and we will be, once we hit the debut, we'll be showing off those face cards. And
I like Soul Shift, just wish there was better cards that
with those showing off the full decks after the full set is previewed.
Yeah, the same people that do the decks have the decks for this set, and there's lots of cool things we can't tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So weird if he gets the only one getting super duper rare lottery cards.
I'm going to race through a couple of these and just give the answer we're going to give for a lot of these. How many alternate frames are in the set? You'll have to wait and see. Why
yeah, there you go. There's more to be revealed.
Will there be reprints of cards from Classic Kamagawa? You'll have to wait and see.
Will be.
Are we getting the Tanuki as its own creature, or is it purely for the Planeswalker? You'll have to wait and see. Are there
oh, come off it. Fuck this wait and see thing. Like, just
you get the idea.
Stop answering questions then and just move on.
Which, totally get.
Come on.
We want to see, but let's see if we can. Are there more previews there?
Yeah,
please.
Sure. We were well aware when making the set that there are a lot of fans of original Kamagawa. And so... And a lot of the people working on the set were fans of original Kamagawa.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel, who's the biggest Kamagawa fan, I think, in all of R&D, worked on the set.
Possibly the world, yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Not everything will be here, but a lot of cool things. We definitely, if you love elements, we did a lot to sort of make nods and Easter eggs, and there's a lot packed in this set for fans of original Kamagawa. And, by the way, if the other part of the set that we should talk about, too, is the sort of the modern part of the set. We really dived into Japanese pop culture tropes, things that we just didn't do last time when we were in Kamagawa. So they're like, if you love like sort of Japanese pop culture, and original Kamagawa didn't do a lot of that, the other half of the set does do that. So just like there's a lot of cool stuff for the old time Kamagawa fans, there's a lot of really cool stuff for the I love cyberpunk, or there's a lot of themes that I love woven through Japanese stories.
Yeah, and we're gonna. We're gonna definitely dive into that. So let's put the dates back up on the screen, producer Sean, if we can. So that creative roundtable on January 11th. If you're interested in any of that, any of the behind the scenes world building for Kamagawa, how it came together, we're gonna answer actually a lot of these questions about different groups that are still on Kamagawa or gone. A lot of that's going to be answered then. The short histories will work through a lot of that. The fiction obviously will as well.
Fair.
So definitely mark your calendars if the story and the lore and the world of Kamagawa, which is really resonates with you. Let's see, there are also a couple questions.
Wait and see, Peter Pomegranate, about shrines. Wait and see.
Basic
Got a question? Wait and see.
So we'll just clarify a couple things on that. Will we get the English basics in English boosters too? Yes. So these are in. They have Japanese on them, but they are the version of these lands that will show up in all language boosters. So whatever language booster you have, you will get those versions. So are they full art only in Japanese? Yes. The writing on them is only in Japanese, but you can.
But will you ever address the MTG Arena economy? Wait and see. Just wait and see.
They're literally part of the art. They're not a separate element of the card.
Yep. I think we can answer this one, Grace. Because it is part of that conflict between the old and the new, and it's a question a lot of people have. How does Magic work on Kamagawa? I see that there's a lot of high-tech simulation effect. So can you talk a little bit about the relation between technology and Magic on Kamagawa?
So basically, as the years progressed, the things kind of got more democratized. So essentially, Magic used to be restricted to Kami, right? And as time moved forward, people developed ways to access Magic without having to go through these Kami, and Magic became part of one's everyday life. Like that, essentially, there is no technology in Kamigawa without magic, which is personally why I absolutely love this plane, is because that fantasy core is still there. Like, the technology is not like electricity or something, it's magic that's driving it underneath the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Right. In a lot of stories, you'll see technology and magic being opposites of each other. That is not the case here. Our technology is run by magic. It's not fighting with magic. It comes from magic.
Mm-hmm.
So corpse are going to be looting the ley lines.
Are there any Japanese
sort of
pack
thing.
exclusive cards like Planeswalkers in War? You'll have to wait and see. I don't want to keep saying that, but I do want to acknowledge some of these questions.
Come on, buddy.
Let's see. I'll answer this question. Can you explain why we are now 1,200 years in the from previous Kamigawa and not the before mentioned 10,000 years in the future? So way back when we first mentioned Kamagawa, we said 10,000, and it was just a mistake. It was just straight up an error that we put out in the public. 1,200 years is the correct distance between when we were last on Kamagawa and we're now on Kamagawa in story terms. Although it feels like it in real world terms because I'm old.
Yeah, just to stress, this is modern day Kamagawa, like this, that hopefully you'll understand, because there's been a lot of questions online about, we've seen characters from Kamagawa, for example, in other places, and they don't necessarily look like the cyberpunk version, but that's because they might be from the traditional version. You know, the Kamagawa is not all the cyberpunk. There's a lot of the traditional part there as well. So if you saw characters that are from Kamagawa and they looked more like tradition than cyberpunk, that's why they're from that part of the world.
Yep. And then I'm just going to kind of blanket answer all of the questions about the preview schedules. When are we going to see more cards? The debut date, January 27th, is the day you want to circle on your calendar if you want to see new previews. Although, you know what? The holidays are coming up. We like you all. Maybe we'll do a little something. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want to keep repeating wait and see, so I'm trying to find a question that we actually can answer. No, they're great questions. You know, there's obviously a lot of people who really care about Kamagawa and are invested in it, and I don't want to keep saying wait and see.
So throw me a question like I'm really good at not answering questions.
Actually, no. You know what? You can't answer this question. Let's put Hidetsugu up on the screen. It's interesting Hidetsugu can sacrifice itself. It seems weird that a demon would do that. Can you discuss the design choice here? Mark, you may or may not know the answer to that, but Hidetsugu
one of the things that we generally like. Normally, if you have to sacrifice a creature and it enhances the creature, we tend to say another creature because there's no reason other than it. But this is a scry ability, so there might be a reason you'd want to sacrifice it mechanically, that you'd want to sacrifice it to itself so that you could do the scry ability. And so in this particular case, we lean toward mechanically gameplay, the better play. Would a demon sacrifice himself? I don't know. Demons do all sorts of things. But it was better gameplay, so we chose better gameplay.
Yeah. I mean, narratively, he ate himself, kind of. Like, what he is now is because part of him ate another part of him earlier. So, kind of works.
Okay, so mechanically and creatively, it's good.
Here, we can answer this question. Mark, will cards from the new set play well with cards from the old set, for example, in a cube?
So they're asking for soul shifting challenge.
There are things that will play together. I do want to stress to the audience, this is not, a lot of times we revisit worlds, and it's like exactly like we come back to Zendikar or Innistrad or Ravnica, and they play really, really similar to what it was when we were first there. This is not really that. Not that there's not overlapping themes, not that you can't combine the two sets and have it play nicely. There are definitely themes that overlap, but this set is a little more a new thing with touches of mechanical elements that you can see the old set. So there are 100% decks you can build between the two, but it has to do with
sleep tight, my friend.
Carried over from the old set. So yes, some themes will play together, some won't. I just want the audience to understand this is not like we revisited Kamagawa and it's exactly Kamagawa mechanically. There's a lot different mechanically.
All right.
Sounds like not a lot of returning mechanics there from the sounds of things.
We can answer this.
Maybe there's going to be
Give
one.
people much information, but it's a nice question. Do you have a card you really love in this set? You don't have to say what it is.
So the answer that's going to be the yes, isn't it?
I'm going to give a non-answer, and it's like, yeah, it's the one that I set as my work computer wallpaper.
There you go.
Okay, so my favorite is there's a card I made in original Champions of Kamagawa block that we reference, and I love the original card that I made, and I love the reference.
Oh,
so,
now someone's going back through your old articles to look at like what did Mark design in the old.
Have fun.
You know what? If you can find that and you can figure out what the new card is, you know what? Congratulations.
I know.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Is there going to be a worthwhile question now, guys?
There's someone
Come on.
who keeps asking about the increase in the rarity of the lands, and I just want to clarify, it's not. So you get one of the ukiyo-e lands in roughly 1/3 of draft and set boosters. Not one per.
There's a
Whilst
land
they just
you'll get basic land in the 2 out of 3 that aren't that.
Yeah, and those basic lands are gorgeous as well. They're just in kind of a more normal style. Mark, when is your teaser for the set coming out?
My teaser will be on January 24th. It's a Monday, and I'm still writing it, but there's a lot of fun things to tease in the set, so I'm excited for that.
Yep. Are there any previews that have mechanics on them? So we very purposely didn't show any.
So yeah, they're not really revealing anything else. So I'm going to keep it on my ear and then turn it back off if they say anything. But essentially, yeah, mechanics are going to be coming up in previous season. There's got to be something returning. I'm going to put my bet on the ninjutsu as a definite, and then there's going to be something like channel or some shit, right? They got a channel's dog shit, but channel, splice, soul shift, something. One of the old ones has got to come back, surely. The channel leaked. Oh, I'd much rather soul shift. Just, I want to go to the end of the stream. I want to hear all the stuff they're saying, but it's just this is just like a fucking slog at the end, isn't it?
The World team did such an amazing job. This set looks so beautiful. We're just giving you little samplings, but when you see all the set, it's so gorgeous. This set is really.
I'm hoping the Commander products will touch into older mechanics as well that aren't in the main set, because that's what they said they will do with those Commander products in the future.
This is the version of Kamagawa that Tamiyo is native to, correct?
Correct.
Great.
Yes, this version of Kamagawa is temporally in line with most of our other planes.
Okay.
And yes, Tamiyo is from Kamagawa.
Yeah.
Now Kamagawa.
She's not a time traveler.
That would add a completely new dimension to her character. Are there going to be 2 commander decks or 4? There will be 2. Grace, if you can answer this one.
I like Soul Shift a lot.
So we know it's 1,200 years after the previous Kamagawa, and it's in line with our current planes. But now they're asking.
Put Ghost Draft back in my hand.
How long after War of the Spark is this set?
Unfortunately, I'm really bad at math, and I can't answer that.
The answer is not long, though, right? We're talking like years, not decades, probably.
I can at least confirm that, the people that were alive during that would, be alive now. But exact number of years, months, seconds,
I think that person's asking that question because they want to know if this is set 100 years in the future, but it's not, right? Jason, that's all line.
It is years, not decades. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, well done, Mark. There we go.
Okay, here's one. What is each of your favorite Kamagawa races? So, I know there are a lot of Rat fans in chat. Personally, I do like these. Yeah, I'm a Moonfolk. I'm a Moonfolk guy. Grace?
Y'all making me pick?
Yeah. Pick
Like-
your fish.
Tanuki.
It's like y'all
Tanuki
making me
people.
pick children here.
There's been no talk of snakes whatsoever so
I
far.
guess probably the kitsune, just because that's kind of
The
like
fox
the
people?
spirit that like when I was a kid I grew up with and I thought was the coolest when I was like 4.
Look,
Followed by the Orochi because
it's okay to be a furry. It's
like, there's a
2021.
lot of like snake legends
Mm-hmm.
that I really jived with as a kid coming out of like East Asian culture.
Yeah.
I picked the Nizumi. I like the Nizumi.
Nizumi. Yeah, Nizumi are pretty cool.
It's probably the goblins are the ones that I played the most
A lot
in
of
formats.
questions
Thanks to
about
Kiki, but
the Wanderer, and I'll sum them up with this question: can we talk about the Wanderer? No. Sorry. Not today. Not today. Let's see. Interesting question. I don't know if we have an answer for it, but I'll read it because it's interesting for you, Grace. It's a lore question. Is Kamagawa now the most technologically advanced plane in the multiverse?
more so than Kaladesh, New
I guess it
Phyrexia.
depends on like how you view technologically advanced, right? Because if you think of Kaladesh, like they have a lot. Like Aether has given them ability to do a lot. Like, is technologically advanced mean like access to technology via the common people, or like how digital did things get? It is the most like, I'd say it's the most technologically similar to our world, but are we that advanced? That's like a deep existential question that I'd rather not go into right now.
There are also a lot of worlds we haven't visited yet, right? So
Yeah.
Catch you later, Tab.
Yep.
Good luck, my friend.
Let's see.
I will say in an alternate multiverse, there is a world that has spaceships with a carnival on them.
We know what Mark's excited about. Interesting question for Grace. We are almost out of time. I'm going to try to get to a couple more questions since we've got good.
I like Mark's enthusiasm. I really do.
Grace, is so now looking at Kamagawa from the present time, the War of the Kami was 1,200 years ago. So is that viewed in the present time as myth or real history?
It is
Ooh,
viewed
that's a
as
good
real
question.
history, for sure. Because like from the lens of the Kamigawa, and like the Kondas were real people, like they existed. And these kami they're not magical mythical things. They are like, you will see so many
Flying
kami
around,
interacting
zapping
with,
buildings.
People in this set, because in this world
People
they
are powering their
real
fucking
living.
motorbikes with a Kami.
Like, this is the same way that we have animals, and except they have spirits and magic.
Pokemon?
And this is what drives their world.
Are people collecting spirits like Pokemon?
To them.
Let's fucking go.
Cool. Let's see. I see some questions about ninjas. We're not going to get into that except for confirming that there are them.
Oh, fucking hell.
If
Don't
you
joke
love
about
ninjas,
companion
you
chat.
should like this set. How about that?
Yep. For those asking for more previews, I don't have any. I don't have any more previews. Not today, anyway. All right. I think we are going to say that is it. There are a lot of great questions in here that we just unfortunately cannot answer today. If you want answers to a lot of your questions, some of them may be found in the Magic Fiction that is on dailymtg.com right now. So we've got Kaito's origin story there, but it's not just about Kaito. It starts unraveling the modern world of Kamagawa and
Imagine
hinting
if,
at what's
imagine
there,
if,
hinting
Crotash,
at some.
if that Tanuki was a companion that showed up in the set, just one singular companion, like in the commander deck or something, it would be the fucking worst. Please. Never again, Mark.
How to find them,
Never
that
again.
sort of deal, give you a little taste, a little bit more information. And then for all of the information on January 11th, here, let's put the dates back up on the screen one more time before we go. We are going to host
That's a great shout, Robbie. The brothers Yamazaki had
so
partners with.
Watch some
That'd
of
be really cool.
minds behind the world of Kamagawa Neon Dynasty talk about its creation, to answer a lot of these questions that many of you have been putting in chat about the world, about the characters, about everything going on. And then between then and the 21st, we're going to unravel a lot of what has happened between the original Kamagawa.
If Subaru will make a return,
You'll get
a better pauper deck
of the transition in time. We're going to have 1 to 2 stories, short stories each day. And then on January 24th through the 26th, we are going to hit the story of Kamagawa Neon Dynasty. So you'll find out exactly what happens in this set. And then previews start in earnest on January 27th when we debut with kind of our normal debut stream and follow-up and preview bonanza. So that is it for today. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Mark, for joining us and answering as many questions as you could and showing off some of the awesome stuff. We've still got a lot more to unpack. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This is our last show before the holidays. So we'll be back in January. Stay tuned for that, and have a good week.
Thank you to the people who subbed, by the way, during that. There's a couple of people that I didn't shout out, like Multiverse, you just did. Jace Face, welcome back for 3 months, my friend. There's a few others as well. Yeah, I think those streams are too long. Honestly, there's a lot of just not really saying anything. And I just don't see what the fucking point of that is, right? Like, the previews were cool. Some of the questions were cool. Like, when they were asked, like, are we as technologically advanced playing the multiverse? Is the Kamigawa myth or legend within the canon of the Magic? That stuff's good. That stuff's actually good. Thank you, Roda Monkey, as well, for the resub there. That stuff makes a lot of sense. A lot of the old, wait and see. It's like, we know ninjas are in it. Just say yes and move on. I don't know. Yeah, the second half was just fucking nothing, right? Big, this could have been an email energy, yeah. I guess we'll all just have to wait and see, won't we? We'll all just have to wait and see. Yeah, but like, how long was that? Like 50 minutes? And it probably could have been done in like 20. But to be fair, I've got to sit here with 500 people plus hanging out as well at the same time. So I can't complain, right? They're giving me shit to talk about, react to, and stuff like that. Overall, so far then, I think it looks pretty fucking decent. Let's just talk about the quality of the stream itself and talk about the set. I like it, but I've also come to peace with the idea that Magic is moving away from its like established like canonical look and world, and I think that Cyberpunk is a perfectly reasonable like place to explore, even if it's not Cyberpunk, even if it's more Shadowrun, even if it's more like Magic fueled, leyline fueled, mana fueled machinery. I'm into it. I really am. The art looks fucking great. The set looks beautiful so far, right? And those I know I joke like every set has full art lands, but those full art lands are gorgeous. It's good that they've got like Japanese artists working on it as well, so it's not just like a lot of white dudes just painting what we perceive Japanese buildings to look like. That's fucking stupid, right? So I'm glad they're doing that. Whether they say it's the people who did the Japanese mystical archives, that's when you know it's in good hands, right? Because those Japanese mystical archives were gorgeous. New Planeswalker doesn't seem too pushed, but the idea that he protects himself by not being able to be attacked on the first turn is just that bit is pushed, but the rest of him might not be powerful enough for that to matter too much. Imagine they just, for the sake of it, put that on like a walker they fucked up. Like, okay, who knows? I could be way off on that. That Tanuki's gonna have a card. Mark smirked, didn't he? I hope it's not a companion card. That'd be very funny if we got another companion. They should never ever do it, and I'll be angry if they ever do. I'm hoping that the Commander products is where they explore like Soul Shift or something else again. Soul Shift really isn't that bad when it's bringing back souls and things. Thank you, Hellstorm Wargaming, for the raid. Hello, Mikey. You've just joined us at the end of a big reveal stream for Magic the Gathering. And by big, I mean, like, they showed us, like, 5 cards and then talked about fucking nothing for 30 minutes. But, welcome. Hello, everybody. If you're into Warhammer, you should be subscribed to Hellstorm Wargaming on YouTube. And you can follow him on Twitch as well, I guess. But yeah, you should definitely be watching Mikey's shit. He puts up some good Warhammer videos. So it's like a GW reveal stream. Yeah, but this is like bigged up. It's like an announcement. They announced this, then we do this. It's like an announcement of another announcement. It's like announcing an announcement. But I did say we're going to start talking about the quality of the stream and talk about what we saw. I really don't actually like the CGI. And I normally criticize people for saying this, but the computer-generated art on the original version of the Planeswalker, where the Japanese styling version is very cool and looking like an anime character. Do we have a mythic spoiler for this yet? We do. So let's just get that up on screen before I disappear. Where are we? So, there are obviously leaked stuff as well here. Yeah, this thing, I prefer the Japanese artwork, honestly. This looks great. This looks great. Don't know what it is. I'm not even going to bother trying to read this. I know it's got a 5-color ability on it on the white dragon spirit. And these full art lands look fantastic as well. Yeah, not a huge amount of reveals, but it's something, right? It's something, chat. Sad that there was art doesn't feature the raccoon. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's not a raccoon, it's a tanuki. There's a difference because tanukis have much bigger balls. For the basics, I love both planes, and I really like the island with the little frog talking to the tadpole. I'm into frogs and tadpoles, right? This swamp as well. It's got some flooding city street vibes here. It looks like a garden wall, flooded water, reflections from the lantern, and this sort of stuff. This is very cool. Good night, Bobby. Thanks for hanging out, my friend. And I'll speak to you soon, no doubt. I like the forest. The mountains are my least favourite, but they're still very cool. These are spirits, right? Like, all of them got some spirit ones. So, like, this one's got these kami up here. There's a dragon here and some kami spirits there. Yeah, I think there's not enough magic card art with tadpoles on it. I'm going to go as far as saying that, right? That we need more tadpoles in Magic. There's not enough tadpoles. Yeah, I'm wondering if some of the forests in my Tachi Over deck are going to become these now. At least one froggy tadpole island. Good night, Ralph was redacted. Right, let's go ahead and raid somebody, because I'm gonna duck now and make a quick video talking about the minimal actual things that were revealed. Let's send some love over to somebody. Let's send a raid. Should we send a raid to some legacy? Some paper legacy? Is there a monkey in play? It doesn't appear to be a monkey in play. Someone's playing Smallpox. Right, everybody. Even if you're not going to stick around, can you please get in the clown car? Thank you for the raid, Mike, if you're still here, by the way, my friend. But let's get in the clown car. Let's go across the legacy pit. Let's say hello. Let's show some love. Let's get some follows in there. And then obviously dip if you need to and stuff. There'll be another video out tonight from me and another one tomorrow. And then the weekend will be a bit quieter for me. Back on Monday with more alternatives to Arena. Right, get in the clown car, kids. Let's go say goodnight to the legacy pit. And if you haven't already, subscribe on YouTube. That's where the real magic happens. Right, let's go.